Hello, hello everyone. Welcome in as always. I hope you're all doing very, very well. This start of the weekend, everyone's favorite day, I think. Well, maybe it's kind of hard to tell. It's like I think some people really enjoy the feeling of being done with work for the week, and they're able to like. It's that feeling of relief of like, well, assuming you are done with work, it's that feeling of relief kind of washing over you at the end, like, ah, yes, here we go. I imagine most people probably prefer Saturday because it's the day that you probably go do stuff. You don't have any necessary things you have to do other than maybe a couple of chores or whatever. But you can relax or you can go, do your activities. Many things happen around then. I think, I'm not too sure which one's my favorite. Both of them are good. But hello, Lancelot, and hello, Clever. I hope you're all doing quite well. Welcome in, welcome in. I have to say, this week felt like it went kind of slow for me, and that's particularly when I was working. So that's never the best thing. There were some days that went kind of quick, but overall, I felt like kind of time was dragging a little bit. But I'm sure it will speed up in the next couple weeks. It was such a slow week. You feel that as well, Astronaut? I feel like many people more of a Saturday Epson Epson Eperson. Um, it is interesting that people yeah, I feel like when people do feel like it's a slow week, everyone else agrees. It's strange. It's strange that it's almost like a near universal experience. A man can't even make a typo in his own home these days. Yeah, that's what you get. You get bullied for making typos. Clever, how are you doing? I know you were a little bit stressed recently with something. I think you were kind of panicked over something, and you had to leave a little bit earlier than usual. Go. I assume you had some kind of maybe exam or test that you had to study for, and it was like, oh no, I have to go. I It's in the past now. I'm sure whatever happened, you gave your bestest attempt, and hopefully whatever it was, it went well for you. This is going to probably be a relatively short stream. Hello, copyright. Welcome in. Ow! I have to cut my nails. One of them anyway. It's a little bit sharp on the edge. Do I have to cut it or just file it? That looks more like a file job. No, this isn't usual ASMR. I'll like tap the mic for a little bit while I talk, but this isn't normal ASMR. Ready for push-ups. Yeah, I guess I was only doing back today, so. But like it's a bit of a hassle for me to take my microphone out of the thing, put it onto the ground, and do all that. You didn't even leave copyright to it. You just jumped in straight away. You stole copyright's thunder, Lancelot. He didn't have enough points anyway, but Lancelot jumped in, so I'll do it in a moment. But we're probably gonna do just a short reading stream. I think it's only like 7 or 8 pages that's left in that last chapter. I'm probably just gonna do that. I might move on to the next chapter, but this was more just kind of like reading a random section of a book that I'm currently reading. Maybe gives you guys kind of an idea of what I'm currently looking at and why sometimes my brain can be numb. Because reading these types of books is you've got 26.6k more points. Oh my god. That's so many points. Oh my god. I didn't realize you had so much. I suppose, yeah, I suppose people who do just watch every stream, they get a lot of points. But I didn't think I'd been streaming that long. I thought this was real ASMR. I'm sorry, copyright. I'm sorry. And as well, I'm sorry as well, Clever. I'll keep tapping a little bit more on the mic. I don't even know how well this is coming through on for the tapping. Okay, it looks like it's in the volume, so you can probably hear it somewhat. This is down from like 33 when the push-ups were first introduced. Yeah, for some reason, making me do physical labor lowers people's points very, very quickly. Better for you that it is any karaoke this weekend. Yeah, I was thinking of probably doing karaoke maybe tomorrow or something. We'll see. If I do have the time, because something could randomly come up. But I found a song today. I found a song today that was really really cool, and I might try it. I actually need to look it up. Hang on. Is that the song? Yeah, that was it. It was "Come Go With Me." It's pretty good. It's pretty good. No, it doesn't. Karaoke tomorrow. Copyright once says karaoke. I probably will. Probably will. I mean, it will be a lot of the same songs that I've done before. Jim Croce. I might do a few more Fallout songs because those were quite fun, and I've been listening to them a little bit more. A little bit more. Your karaoke. um. So and then I might just take like some random suggestions, and if I happen to know them, I can try them. I'll try that song I was talking about earlier. Literally just a couple of minutes ago. You watched the first episode of Fallout today. Oh yeah, there's a show. There's a show apparently. I think oh, that's good to hear that it was a good first episode. I think some people weren't happy with it, particularly like those who played Fallout. For whatever reason that may be. Typically, people who are big fans of the show or of the series, live action remakes, they're not too happy with it. You're gonna go sleep. See you tomorrow. Copyright. Enjoy, enjoy. Have a nice eep. Have a nice little sleep. But that's always the case, and it's deserved in many cases. Avatar: The Last Airbender had multiple live-action things, and all of them suck, because Avatar shouldn't be made into live-action. Because, for some reason, it never goes well. Have a nice reading. Thank you, copyright. I'm sure we will. I'll probably start in a couple of minutes. I might if I finish the reading quicker than I expected, maybe play a little bit of some games, maybe like Examina or something, which is a very fun kind of physics-based dungeon crawler. That's kind of what the main game is, but then there's also arena mode. It's mainly just a fighting game. A lot of fun to play. I do have some fun news for you guys, by the way. Some very very fun news. And that's that my mama is pretty much nearly finished the model. My art mama is nearly done. There's just a couple little touches here and there to do, but she sent it on to me recently, and it looks really really good, really good. There are countless sequences in lore that wouldn't be good as games, but great as a show, and the show isn't about any of them. That always sucks, Clever. I often thought that, like, getting rid of the extended universe, just from some of the stories I had heard about Star Wars, was a big shame, but they wanted complete control, I suppose. It is interesting that they changed the canon in Star Wars from stormtroopers or stone clone troopers had a chip inside them that made them obedient. I can't remember what it was called, but in the original they didn't have that. They were simply designed to follow orders, and they did so. And they did so out of their own free will, is what I'm saying. But they were an army. They took orders from their commander. So to them, the Jedi supposedly betrayed them and were now enemies. So they did so. One but it kind of became difficult for that when the Star Wars, the Clone Wars TV show came along, which is incredible. One of the best animated shows out there. Some of the later seasons get fucking wild. I remember, I can't remember the name of the planet, but there's one that just follows like an invasion of a planet and like a corrupted Jedi. I think he's actually technically a Sith, which kind of makes me sad. I feel like I think they do it throughout the show, but it would have been nice to see a couple of like just generally bad Jedi. But I think there might be, but I can't remember exactly. But it's just like 3 episodes of them fighting on an invasion, and just storm or clone troopers being sacrificed in like complete stupid tactical decisions. It's later it's revealed that the Jedi is essentially a traitor. Because that was kind of something that did happen. That happened on Tatooine, I believe. That the Jedi essentially just mass charged the clone troopers. It had no regard for actual tactics or strategy, and many clone troopers died. But you can hear it in I think the Star Wars Battlefront 2 game is probably one of the coolest what would you call it? Depictions of clone troopers. The storyline in that is fantastic. Following them throughout the this kind of Star Wars battle sequence, and I mean, Star Wars Battlefront 2 is one of the best PS2 games of all time. To be fair, so well, not just PS2. It's just one of the great old games, I should say. It screwed one of the people's favorite factions, and people are acting like that's totally fine behind fake masks. Oh no, oh no, who did it screw? I think I can take a guess because I think someone mentioned it. Hello, Haru. Hello, Haru. You're throwing a water bottle at me. Ow, ow. Okay, okay. I'll get you my water. I'll get my water. Don't throw it at me. Mm. Round check. I have a full water bottle today. I was drinking a lot. I'll clean up this chat, lazy maid. Hey, clever. You can't talk to Haru that way. Only I can talk to her that way. Because I pay her. Very little, but I still pay her, so I can do. Oh no, oh no. But how are you, Haru? How are you? I hope you're doing very well. I hope you're good. I hope you're having a nice Friday. Hope it's all going very, very well. Haru, you probably didn't hear. It is Friday. I assume like your weekday is over. In terms of time wise, or your work day, I should say. But you probably didn't hear earlier. But my model is pretty much done. There's a few little touches here and there, some different colors, some little additions, maybe some changes. But my model is mostly finished. I got sent it on very recently. Let's go! I know. Let's go! Let's go! Finally moving. Unfortunately, what I think I'm going to do is clever. His mom is a. Don't call it that. It's not labor. Oh, ew. Well, not ew. It's labor's childbirth is beautiful, but oh man. Stop. Oh, ew. You guys are weird. But I think I'm gonna hold off on using it as like a PNG or anything until until I have it rigged, and then I'll get to do like a proper big debut, and I'll have 7 people show up to my stream, and I'll feel like a big popular streamer. I'll get like 30 likes on Twitter, Oh my god, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna be semi not very relevant. Nah, he like a thing where you add water to make it big. Yeah, that's all you gotta do. You just gotta, you just gotta like get one of those. What are they called again? Watering. You used to. Hang on. Name of thing to water plants. Why am I suddenly blanking on it? A watering can. That's it. I think I was trying to think of a specific name, but I don't think there is one. It's just called a watering can. But you just use a watering can on me, and I'll grow slowly but surely. I'll grow a little bit taller, a little bit taller. When you become famous, please increase my pay, boss. I will. Sure, sure. We'll sign a deal where you can get 0.01% for every piece of merch I sell. Big shot. I'll be the biggest of shots, clever. And then I'll have the hardest of crashes too. The greatest rise and the sharpest fall. It will all come out in the documentary that I will co-create with Vince Gilligan and Netflix. It'll be amazing. Nah, Haru, unless it decreases. Well, no, it recently increased. Actually, I did increase it. I increased it a little bit, but yeah, there'll be like corruption. There'll be bribery. I'll take a leaf out of that Minecraft streamer Quackity. I'll effectively like there'll be people attacking me from unions and stuff. It'll go crazy. Hello, Cameo. Or Cameo, I should say, not Cameo. Cameo reminds me of like the what's that walk that people do? The Camino. Yeah, that's the Camino. But welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for joining. It's not exactly a normal ASMR stream today. I'm just going to be reading a philosophy book that I'm reading at the moment. Just relaxing. Bribe me to take his foot pics. No, don't do that, guys. Don't bribe Haru to take such photos. You're gonna get them for free anyway when I get my model, because I have sandals, which was probably a poor choice. I might go back to my mama and probably tell her I shouldn't have those. I'm gonna do the goddamn. No, you're gonna sell my sandals. You're gonna sell my sandals. Your voice is in ASMR enough. Oh, thank you, Cameo. I know quite a few ASMRists whose voice is just so naturally comforting and soft and gentle. JASMR being probably the pinnacle. So to hear that is very, very sweet. So thank you very much. But yeah, I'm gonna do the model reveal thing where like you show the feet first and then like each part of the model as you go, and it's gonna go like this, and then all 10 people in chat will explode, and I'll have to beat chat. I'll have to spray them with a bottle of water or something to calm them down. They are, aren't they? They are. That's gonna be a redeem for like 50,000 points that I have to move up. But I don't stream anymore. I haven't heard your voice before, Clever. When you do decide to stream, give me a call. I'll shout you out and stuff. I'm already Jacopo, and so I'd fit into your documentary as the mafia connection. Sounds good, Clever. I'll make sure Vince Gilligan gets like Jesse Pinkman to play your role. Only I get to star in it. You guys don't. I'll get like the greatest of actors to play. Haru, you can get, who's your like favorite female actor? We'll get her. The feet. Ah yes, Cameo. You may have missed it. For some reason, I feel like just calling you Cameo rather than Cameo. But my model was recently finished. I'm gonna wait until I have it rigged and ready. But Well, it's almost ready, but I'm really happy. I'm actually gonna message some people, some riggers. You forget her name. I'm so bad at that as well. I'm so bad at that as well. Haru. I almost called you Halaru. I don't know what a Halaru is. Um, but I've had that happen so much. Cameo for the Camino. Yeah. Hello, you. You just started. Your cat started scratching to go out. Oh, you kicked her out. But I don't want to miss the foot redeem. Oh yeah, but that's gonna be like 50,000 points. That'll be. I'll move up my model, and that will just be like front and center for like at least 5 minutes. It's gonna be like my version Haru of Sasabiu's Angel Boy VTuber. Recently he started doing the devil one, and I don't like that guy. I don't like him. I don't like him. I prefer the angel because it's funnier hearing that voice, hearing Haru's or hearing Sasabiu's voice come out of a little angel. Oh, you want to see it already? Do you? Do you? Maybe. I might share it. I'll see. I'll see. I might share it with you, and get your opinion. It might be a good. I'll see. I'll see. I don't want to share it to too many people though, because I do want there to be at least some surprise. It's fitting the Camino is my favorite car. Oh yeah, that's also like a brand of car. I remember that purely from maid privileges. I suppose yeah, Haru is one of my main supporters. So maybe some people, if you'd like to see it, the only thing is one, it's not complete, and two, you know, there's an aspect of seeing it in motion for the first time. I'm probably not even gonna do one of those things where it's like, oh, retweet and likes to reveal this part of the model. I probably won't, because I want to save it for the thing. I might do. I was considering doing a thing where I do that, but every time like you guys meet the next thing, the gifted sub thing is empty again. What's that? Oh, that's probably the. Oh, I think I can. I might be able to change that to show all time rather than what you call it. Like every 2 weeks, I think it updates. I don't know actually. But I was gonna do like, you know, they get the feet part of the retweet heart thing, and I say, well, I can't show you guys my feet first. That's a little dangerous. You got auto modded, Cameo. Ah, cle- clever. Thank you so much for the subscription. I had a feeling. Oh wait, no, you didn't. Hang on. Okay, do it before your debut. Your the thing. Maybe that might be a good idea. And then like I guess then maybe the thing is seeing it moving would be good. But I'd almost hold back the whole time and be like, I can't show you guys my feet. And then when it gets to like the shins and legs, it's like, you know, like that's not that exciting. I'll show the thingy. I'll show the chest first. And it's like, you know, I'll find some excuse. I'll find some excuse. But again, thank you so much, Clever, for another gift sub. It's 13. Mate. But a part of it is like, I feel like a big thing of the debut is something like that, is showing the model on stream for the first time and getting reactions. But then at the same time, those type of tweets are really good for getting a lot of attention, getting people to see you. Like they want to see the model, so they update, so they, you know, they do the whole likes and retweet things. But we'll see. But I will very quickly do Mr. Laughs a Lot's the exposure. I know. I have to actually network, like social media, doing things that gets me more viewers. Effort. I want to just click the streaming button and get viewers. Why is that so hard? They should just flock to me. You guys I should have 100 viewers by now. Oh my god. I mean, I put in so much effort. I click the button and I just stream, and now I'm going to do some push-ups. Do you guys see the amount of effort I put in? I'm just thinking of some of my VTuber friends that I know. who put in so much more effort than me, put in so much more effort in terms of redeems, in terms of like interactions with chat, songs, which is actually something I want to do. I want to get onto one of my friends about doing a song cover. I don't know what song to do yet, but probably have one in mind. But could be fun. But let me do the push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My headphones. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There we go. There we go. Nice short 20. Your favorite networking is for illicit activities. Oh no, Clever might one day just disappear. He might just disappear. Enhanced persuasion. Them gains. Was making your VTube character hard? I want to make one for funsies, but I don't want to have to sacrifice half my happiness and time for it. I was quite lucky in that I had a art friend who I spent a bit of time coming up with my character, which I kind of looked into Irish history and mythology and stuff to kind of come up with it. I threw together kind of a very basic idea. A mood board, which is essentially just a bunch of pictures and stuff. So you just throw a bunch of stuff at it. And then you kind of refine your mood board. You kind of pick out the photos that particularly interest you. That you can you start to build like a little theme. And that's kind of one of the main things about it is building a theme and building some kind of unique aspect. Like, sorry, a little bit. Thank you, Haru, for throwing water at me. I'll take another drink. Yeah, Pinterest is kind of like a version of that, I think. I don't use that, but I just threw it together on like a PowerPoint. And then I did that. I just kind of went through the process and came up with like a basic idea for a character. And then an art friend of mine designed a basic version. Then he did a sketch, and I kind of started to use that sketch as a model. Hang on, I'll show you what my first like couple of months was streamed as. And like that's the thing, Cameo, is that if you want to start streaming for whatever reason, let me show you. Where am I? Where's Dance's work? Here we are. You can pay like 20-30 euro for someone to do like a simple PNG. Where is my original model? There we are. This was the first model of me. It's very sketchy and kind of not very defined. Sketch Ruadh. I miss that funny guy. His mouth didn't even open. He was literally like this, and when he talked, he would just go up and down like this. He kind of bounced around a little. I do like the pose. It's very princessy when I think back on it, isn't it? It's like, not princessy. It's like I'm showing off how long my sleeves are. I'm like, look at my sleeves. Look at them. Look at them. Aren't they cute? Aren't they nice? The nostalgia. Oh, I can't even. I'd want to combine cybernetics and arborification for the idea for my model. That sounds great. Dance then later did an updated model of this. Dance Again Art. You're missing the free hug sign. Yeah, like just hang it around my neck, and you can get a big hug, and then like they'll cover you. The big sleeves will cover you. And then Dance did like this updated model because he came in one stream and looked at it and it was like, I hate how badly you cut this. How jank it looks in places. So I'm going to update the model. Because when it goes to like full volume, it kind of loses some quality and stuff. So he was like, okay, let's fix that. And I probably wouldn't be here without Dance because he kind of supported me. He gave me some ideas, but like I gave him essentially like a list of ideas and photos. I wrote out like some very basic lore, and then I kind of described from head to foot, or head to toe. That's not what people say. Head to foot. What? From head to toe, kind of the general gist of the character, kind of the general look, and just kind of focused on broad ideas. And then I threw in like another page for kind of more detailed things. I've got feet on the mind, I'm sure, Lancelot, I'm sure. Bastard. The dancing doodles just move in a drawing, simple, creative, homey. Exactly. It got soul. That's what I think of that model. It has soul. This one also has soul, but I think being a sketchy boy, was always so funny to me. When I first started to appear like this, I finally had enough power in the material world to appear to you guys as a proper person, with a little bit of color. All my friends were like, "Oh my God, he has colors. He's actually, I can see his red hair." He always mentioned it, but no one ever saw it. But again, if Dance does happen to see this, big thanks to him. He is amazing and incredibly supportive, and I would, if I ever do get massive, and I get into like some big corpo, I'm definitely gonna like commission him, but I'm gonna be like, hey, act like you don't know me, and like say I'm gonna say to my company, like, I really want this guy very specifically, and he's gonna jack up his price. I can see his feet colored. Wait, hang on. What is this? What is this random picture that I have? Ruadh warms you up. Oh wait, this is from Winter. I was wondering what this is. I clicked on me and this came up. I could see the square. There we go. I'll get rid of that. That was a really cute thing. That was a really cute like meme that went around the VTuber community. I remember one of my VTuber friends, Olga Okami, she made a very cute winter model, and it's adorable. Would you ever try moving parts on it, like hair, heads, arm, or not? That's kind of more involved. I think there is it says Instagram. That really does look like an Instagram photo, actually, doesn't it? That looks like something you'd post and be like, wait. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm here on the Alps, doing my daily vlog. It's pretty cold, you know. I don't know if you guys know it. It's kind of cold up in the Alps. But today we're gonna be shredding some slopes. And by shredding, I mean I'm gonna learn how to snowboard. I've never done it. I fell down going down like a 2% cliff or 2% slope. Looks like an old grandpa. I'm not old. I'm not old, Haru. I'm not old. Damn you. I'm only like 2,000 years. Well, a little less than 2,000 years old. I'm only like 1,800 years old. I'm not a hag just yet. Maybe soon I'll be a hag. But we love hags. We love male hags. Actually, speaking of age, it was one of another VTuber friend of mine. It was one of his birthday today, actually. Merly Azeroth. So happy birthday to that crazy little wizard boy. Very cool guy whenever I've interacted with him. Still missing the free hug redeem. Or free hug sign? Do you want a hug, Haru? Is that what it is? Do you want a justification to get a hug, and have like my big sleeves like cover you? I think that's what it is. The Bloodstone Cyborg. I like that idea, Clever. I hope I look good in old age. I'm sure you will. You look very distinguished, Clever. I can see it. Now I need a clip of you rolling down a snowy mountain. Oh, I'm just, I'm picturing it. I'm picturing it like you know, you'll see me appear at times, and I'll do like my sleeves will be so long that they'll be like straight up in the air. I do have a suit to wear. Haru, Haru, that's so. Oh, oh, it said suit. I thought, I thought that said something else. For some reason, I looked at the I. I thought it was an L, and I saw. I misread that as a different word. I just thought you called him something mean. I misread a word. I misread a word. I got confused. Okay, I'll bump up your salary for my mistake by like 2 cents an hour. You need comforting after you see your salary. Well, that's your comfort right there. You'll be able to buy an extra peanut from the market. But here you go. You can't feel it, but I'm giving you a little hug, a little pat on the back. Good job, good job. You're doing a good job as a maid, and you better keep doing a good job, or you'll be out of a job. That emote is so cute. I want to get a bald emote. Um, I don't know if you guys know, but I will have longer hair on this model. But I'm thinking of going back to my mom and being like, oh hey, like on the side, can you do like a short haired version of me like this model? Because I've grown quite fond of the shoulder length hair. Oh my god, yeah, I'm gonna have long hair, Haru. I have a ponytail. I have a ponytail. No, no, sorry, not a ponytail. I have a braid. I have a long braid that goes down and has like a cute little ribbon. You're gonna be shedding hair everywhere. I know, I know. That's called balding for men, unfortunately. Bald Ruadh's coming closer than you think. You're gonna turn on your stream one day and it's my bald head's gonna be shiny in the moonlight. Man pony. It's not a ponytail. I misspoke, but it is a man braid. It's a manly braid, very manly, very strong. I also have a couple of cool things I'm looking forward for you guys to see. This has been more of just a just chatting stream so far. Not even reading. I've been having fun though. I find chatting streams do tend to be very enjoyable. What the? I am getting so many gift subs today. What's going on? Like in the past like 2 days, I've gotten like 5 gift subs to random channels that I watch. It must just be my turn in the thing. I just saw it appear on my like notifications. I completely forgot this was supposed to be a reading stream. I know. I feel like many people probably did. Yeah, this was meant to be. I was meant to be reading a book. There's probably like 2 people who are like, when the fuck is he gonna read? Come on, what is this piece of shit gonna read? Fucking hate him. Fucking come here to listen to him read about philosophy, and he's talking about his model. He's talking about like some maid or something. He's talking about like his life. God, shut up. We don't care. You're not interesting. You're not a fun person. Just read the book. That's why I came here. I'm gonna anti this guy. I'm gonna anti this guy now from now on. I mean, you are reading chat, I suppose. Yeah, that's what this is, a chat reading stream. Chat reading stream. I feel like most streams on here are chat reading streams. Um, you're reading the comments, so technically you're not clickbait. Exactly, exactly. That's what I mean by the one and the many. I'm the one, you're the many, and I'm reading the many chats that you guys are sending me. So technically, I'm still reading the one and the many. Actually, technically, this is one and the many. Like, chat is the one. Chat is like a singular thing. Often like streamers and VTubers will talk about chat as if it's one entity, but it's made up of many different things. So that is actually kind of an interesting example of the one and the many. Is chat just a conglomerate? Is just the aggregate of all the people, or is it you are a thing now? Yes, yes. You You are a thing. An item. Property. My maid. Wait, no, hang on. I take that back. I shouldn't joke about that. People will get angry. People will get angry if I made such a joke. Especially towards a woman. I think they'd get a little angry at that one. Some people might not be too happy with such a comment. I'm gonna be cancelled. That's it. I'm over. It's all over. It's all over. There we go. Yep, it's already starting. Cancel Ruadh. Cancel Ruadh. I'm gonna change my name to Raul. That sounds Mexican, like a Latino. Raul. Is that Latino? Raul. I feel like it is. Yeah, like that region anyway. I'm gonna move to Mexico. You're gonna see me appear. You're gonna see me appear. Well, not me. You're gonna see a new streamer appear. He's gonna look very like me, but he's gonna have a very strong mustache. El Ruadh. El Ruadh. I'm gonna see me with a Mexican hat. Yeah, a big sombrero. A big sombrero instead of my headband. And maybe what other stereotype can I throw into this? Like some maracas in my belt rather than a sword. Yeah, exactly. The maracas. That's exactly what it's gonna be. Well, guys, it was a good stream. It was a good career. I finally had my model ready to go, and it's too late for me now. So time to die. Time to die to Twitter. Well, I could just use my model in a new thing. No one would know. I'd change my voice. I'll pitch up my voice, and this is how I'll sound, even though it won't fit my model at all, because my model is a bit more like manly looking. No, no. Just because I have that voice doesn't mean I have to be that. Doesn't mean I have to be a femboy, Haru. That's no. Okay, what if I drop down to kind of a deeper voice? Even though my kind of deep voice isn't particularly deep, I think. Shad Ruadh, yeah. Yeah, I'm a fucking Shad. I sing the bass in like every barbershop quartet I'm in. Hello. What is that? Rexted. I'm gonna call you Rex. Like T-Rex. But welcome in, Rexted. Ah, I see, Rexted. Oh, W fit. Are you talking about my clothing? My big long tunic and sleeves. But welcome in. Thank you very much for the first time chat. I hope you're doing well. This was meant to be a reading stream, but I'm kind of just rambling at this point. I don't even know if I'm gonna read. Maybe I will. Your fit is a W. Fit is like young person speak for clothing, isn't it? I believe that to be the case. I'm hip with the kids, I swear. I'm down with the youngins, as they call them. As they refer to themselves, the youngins. You sound so old. I'm hip to the jive, Haru. Don't you mistake me. I'm hip to the jive. Are you hip to the jive? Yes. Are you hip to the jive? Yes. Are you step? Are you really on bet? Are you hip to the jive? Sorry, that's a apologies for this old man. Yeah, Haru is my minder. Can you tap on a book before you read it if you do? I don't know how clear that is. And I'm not using my ASMR mic. Roblox stream. I've never played Roblox in my life. Is that what the cool kids are doing these days? Then I guess I'll have to play Roblox. I can get onto my friend, Son Albionis. He plays a particular Roblox game that's like a COD. It's like a COD copy or something, or like I think it's pretty much just a Call of Duty copy. And he's really, really good at it, like scarily good. Imagine what he could do. It might be free fall. I don't know. Oh yes, he can be groovy. Hang on, let me look up what that the actual lyrics of that tune is. Yeah, hep to the jive. Cab Calloway. That's who I was. That's who I was thinking. Hmm. Or is it I hep to the jive? Oh no, it's not I hep to. That's another one of his songs. Cab Calloway. Minnie the Moocher is amazing. Um, Jump and Jive was probably the one I was thinking of. Um, Boy, what you gonna say there, gay? Oh boy, what you gonna say there, gay? Palomar, Shalimar, Swanee Shore, let me dig that jive once more, boy. Lay right on down to the gator, oh boy, lay it flat as a gator. Now can't you hear those hep cats call? Come on, boys, let's have a ball. The Jim Jam Jump is a jumping jive, makes you dig your jive on the mellow side. Hep hep. There's usually some cool like music playing, but I don't have that. I'm not talented enough to be able to play stuff. Red Dead Redemption 2 stream is the best game to exist. I don't know about that, but it is definitely a fantastic game. I would need to get it. I'm considering playing some Hunt Showdown sometime, but I suppose I should actually introduce myself properly. Rexted. My name is Ruadh. Mainly, I usually stream ASMR style content or the odd singing stream or reading is actually probably the main thing that I do. I just read books and I talk, and then I do just chatting streams as well. I do want to get into streaming games a little bit more, but I'll see how I go. And hello D, good morning, good morning. Skyrim. I have played a lot of Skyrim in my life. I have played much Skyrim in my life. Um, it was probably one of the first big games that I had that that I played, and I've continued every. I heard someone shout outside, so I had to quiet it. I think some people are already excited drinking. Destiny is what you used to play. I played that for a little bit. Real gamers play Minecraft. I did play that for a while, but I haven't played it in so long that I really would feel old. I really would feel old if I played it. Because it's gone so far updated. You're playing Minecraft right now. Ooh, nice one. Nice one. You still play Destiny. You got a Morrowinds. Oh, that's an old game. That's an old game. Clever. Yes, you do gotta feel old. The sunk cost fallacy. In which avenue? Which aspect, D? And how are you, D? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. You're a witch hunter. Ah, Witcher. I did play a Witcher before, but I never got into it properly. I guess I never gave it much of a chance. My primary games are games like CK2 or Mountain Blade Warband. Those are probably the two games that I placed the most amount of hours in. Crusader Kings 2, that is. In Destiny, in both time and money. Ah, I see. Yeah, yeah. There are just some of those games that you just kind of dive into, and it's like, you've put in too much effort, so, you're not going to stop playing it. I can't imagine those people who play, like, Genshin Impact or any of those gacha games where they spend so much money. They're like what's his name, Mysterious, or otherwise known as K9 Kuro, who spent so much money on his Genshin Impact account, I think it was, that that his bank, I believe, called him and was like, "Hey, what is this? Are you hacked?" Or was it his accountant? I feel like his accountant may have gone like, why have you spent $20,000 on this Genshin Impact thing? What is that? It's kind of boring right now. You're burnt out. They're gonna release some big update with like a pretty woman, and you're gonna go like, I have to have them, and drop like $50 on it. You played the Witcher before, but you don't remember much. I kind of just threw out 20k, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's kind of kind of similar to that. I think I did hear stories that Mister definitely did. He fucked up mainly that he forgot to pay his taxes. He forgot to pay his taxes, and he forgot to pay his taxes, and he got on that one. I guess I can't blame him because most of the time I think he was kind of expecting it to be similar to most jobs in the UK, where the employer will pay your tax. You don't have to do your taxes and pay for the most part. They'll pay most of your taxes. And then you'll do like a return, and you might get some money back. You might owe some stuff. You have to impute like any additional things, like if you sold assets or something, or you have capital gains tax or additional income that wasn't declared or what have you. But he didn't know that. He didn't know that with Niji Sanji, when they paid him, they just paid him as a foreign company and just paid him what his salary was, and that he was expected to take care of taxes, and he got hit really bad by that. Thankfully, I think it was all sorted out, but I imagine it came with a pretty hefty fine. It's an RPG free roam game. One Piece Pirate Warrior 4 is better. I know nothing about One Piece. I have never read it in my life. I've never watched the anime. I couldn't even name you the characters. Even though I know it's one of the biggest shows. Boss, you should check out fan art. Fan art? What's going on over in fan art? Oh no. I guess I'm gonna have to start buy some polish. I'm gonna have to buy some polish. You did it quickly. Oh my god, my head looks so big with the band. The head looks so large. It's not as big as Diamandis's Megamind brain. But hang on, I'll show you guys. I'll show you because I think it's funny. It's a very quick sketch about Vol Rua, we're gonna call it. Share with the class. I will indeed share with the class, D. I always share with the class. Hang on. Wait, no, it has to be a little bit bigger. There we go. Hey guys, I have something to share with you. I've been wearing a wig all this time. I am in fact a hairline difficulties. So handsome. Ooh, D likes her men smooth on the top. What hairline? Imagine that was the hairline, like the little black squiggles, like just a tiny, like, you know what it is? You know what that is? That's like two really long pieces of hair, and they're combed over on both sides to try and cover as much as possible. I'm coping right now. My last two strands of hair. Don't pluck them out, please. The eyebrows. Being around. No. You grow your eyebrows super far so you can like. That's actually that's not even my headband. That's my eyebrows. It's so thick there. Oh god, that was right really loud into the mic. I also have some art coming down the pipeline from Renata, who makes some who makes some very interesting art. I feel like you guys will like it. I like it. I'm a little concerned about what you guys will think about being in that position. No, it's not that position, but like kind of being drawn like that. The nose has a C on it, does it? Let's zoom in. Zoom. Oh wait, yeah, the nose is just a C. The nose is just a C. Crying and throwing up right now. He's crying and vomiting. Oh no. Why do I have such bright lips? Why are my lips puckered? Why am I like I'm doing like a kissy face? What is this, Harry? What are you trying to say? When I'm balding, do I start going like to a load of people because I know I'm like freaky. At least his eyes are ethereal. Yeah, actually the eyes are very nice. Bald man finna kiss you all. Yeah, wait, hang on. Let me make it bigger. 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 Wait. How do I get the lips? This is the rest of the stream. This was meant to be a book reading stream. Eyes so yeah, I have very sultry eyes. Haru does draw some sultry eyes, doesn't she? My nose is so strong. That's a strong like Roman nose right there. Strong, very very triangular in shape. No wait, Roman noses are round, aren't they? Roman noses are like they have like a. I think they're more of a bumpy nose. Types of noses. Someone's gonna come into stream and wonder what the hell's going on. Types of noses. Let me look it up. So there's straight, there's convex, concave, wavy. That guy's doing the Mexican wave. Did it not have like the name? Oh yeah, Roman is more like a beak nose. I don't know what you'd call that nose, but it's a triangle. Oh no, I forgot to turn off ads. Oh, what a disaster. What a disaster this is. Oh no. I forgot to turn off those ads. Sorry everyone. Everyone, some ads. Ads got you. I like a good Roman nose. Strong features, D. Like strong. Yeah, stuff that stands out. Actually, I do want to, there is something, I'm going to put this in chat, that if you, apparently, if you pop out the Twitch video, you can watch while ads are playing. That was something I learned, apparently, from Ace P. Caswell. That supposedly works, that it doesn't, you can watch the ad and the Twitch at the stream at the same time. Name pronunciation from Rexted. Well, Rexted, my name. I'm probably gonna have to say it because you're probably not even. You're probably caught on the. You're probably caught on the. Oh no, no one's commenting anymore. I think it's over. I think you all got hit by the ad. But it's pronounced Ruadh. I'll pronounce it again once we're back. D is nice and cozy and comfy. D's nice, cozy, and comfy in her subscription-based free ad time. She doesn't get any ads. I don't know what that is, Haru. That looks like, I feel like it could be a coffin or a potato. I actually have no idea what that emoji is meant to be. It looks like a potato. It looks like a Pickle Rick potato. Potato Rick. It's like that little white thing is the face, but that could be a cross. That could be like a Christian cross, and I could be just insane. So that is a casket. I was assuming it is a coffin, but it's so small that like the little white space looks to me. Why is the kissy face? Because you drew it, Haru. This is your fault. Hang on. You want the kissy face off the screen? No. This is what you get. This is what you get, Haru. This is what you have to look at now. This is your fault. You did this. We left him hanging on the kiss for so long. You guys are gonna be watching me for so long. I'm gonna like burn the kissy face into your computer screens, and you're just gonna have a faint Rua kissy face on the screen at all times. Very faint behind everything that you're doing. Okay, let's take that off. I should just have this as like something to throw up and like jump scare you guys. Oh god, I just gave someone a seizure. But I think all of you should be back now. You have it on. You'll have it on your iPad forever. Make it your home screen. Make it your screensaver. Then whenever anyone asks you like, oh, who's like a VTuber you like, you can just do that. It doesn't answer the question at all because you can't tell what that is. But then you just leave them hanging. They ask who that is. It's like yeah that's my VTuber. That's my Oshi. I do have the ads off now. A bald kissy man. Yeah. If I got some sunglasses, I could be Walter White. And if I aged like 50 years. Why is your character has Gucci bags under the eyes? Gucci bags. I guess that one does have bags under the eyes, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Um, want to age? What? Are you gonna age me? Are you gonna like turn me into like a decrepit old man? There's like dust falling off me. I have cobwebs like under my arms and in my ears and nose. Is that what you're gonna do, Haru? That's scary. You shouldn't age people like that. Highly coveted. Aegisol. What? That's a word I'd never seen in my life. Hang on. Is that what those are called? Aegiosol. Aegosol makeup. It's a type of makeup? Oh! Okay. Is it like a... Okay, it's definitely some kind of Asian-focused makeup. Is it a Korean thing? Because I'm seeing a Korean guy. That's definitely a K-pop person. Straight line lips. They also have a heart shape on their lips. Round tip. Aegiosal eyes. Feathery brows. Double lid. This is just... What is this? What am I looking at right now? Hang on, I have to figure out where we are. The way you pronounced it first. Aegiosal. How do you pronounce it? It is Korean. I see. A Korean term, yeah, but it's also become a makeup term. Ah. Is it just like... Is it bags under the eyes? Oh, wait, actually, to be fair, my character does have... Hang on. My model does have... It's pretty good pronunciation. Yeah, see, guys, I'm... I don't know. How do I make myself larger on this? Easy. Oh god. Okay, hang on. Wait, Control Z. I'm gonna do the thing that artists do. Where am I going? I'm gonna do the thing, the puffy skin under the eyes. I think I can do it this way. I can just zoom in on myself. Why can't I zoom in? Ugh, it's so hard to... Goodbye, my people need me. Where have I gone? He flies now? I don't know. I don't think I can get myself back. Hang on. There we go. I don't know what happened there. I went fucking zoom. I think someone strapped a rocket to my shoes. I flew. That was like Superman taking off. No, I think what happened was someone, while I'm talking, like tied a rope around my ankles and like launched a rocket into space. Okay, yeah, because the thing to like make it bigger. Okay, no, that's not good. It's just not gonna work. It's probably something that I can do that I'm just very dumb about right now. But I do have these like little lines under my eyes. It looks more like eyeshadow than like bags under my eyes, I think. I think it's like it's a nice shape. It kind of shapes the eyes very nicely. You've got the funkiest glasses for me. The funkiest glasses. I mean, I'm already a pretty funky person, Haru. I'm already a pretty funky person, so we'll see how much your funky glasses can add to me. Don't you guys know? I'm the funk master. Check. On. Okay, I'm gonna call this Bald Rua Funk. That sounds like the name of like a. Hang on, I'm gonna show this to you guys. I don't even know what these. What are these glasses? It's on like the bridge of my triangular nose. this this is like I feel like this is something I'd see on. What's that show? What's that show that someone I know watches and loves? Um, RuPaul, is that a name? Is that his name? RuPaul's. What's it called again? Is that it? Is that the guy? Is that the guy who does the drag show? RuPaul. RuPaul's Drag Race. That's it. I thought it was like RuPaul's drag show or something. I feel like this. I feel like this is what's happening right now. I feel like those are the type of glasses they might wear. Something about like the wing tips. I guess they're wing tipped glasses. This is what's happening. No, no. I'm ceasing Haru's what do you even call it? Dragification of me right now. Uh, this was meant to be a reading stream. Reading about. They really bring out your cheekbones. Do you think? I've been trying to bring them out really hard. It's really hard, but if the glasses bring out my cheekbones, then I'll wear them more. They're so large they'd be sitting on my cheekbones. My god. Those things are discs. They're saucepans. My saucepans on my face. How long have I've been streaming for already an hour. Oh my god. Oh, I got someone I know went to Jamaica for a while. They did a big trip. They went to a couple of islands around there, and they brought me back like a Jamaican hacky sack. So that could be. Wait, hang on. Okay, when I have my ASMR mic again, that could be an interesting sound. It's just like beads, but it's like cloth and beads. I've never used a hacky sack though, and I'm not very good at it. Maybe if I played a little bit more soccer in my time, I would be able to. Okay, I might finally transition over to the reading portion of the stream for just a little bit. Kind of as a way of calming down, of relaxing. Of maybe some of you are kind of like, okay, we've had our fun, we've made Rua put on the dangerous glasses and shave his head, and now we'll do a little bit of reading. I'm just giggling now. But yeah, I think I might move over to that. So now I can just be like a background noise for you guys. It's very short too. It's only like 8 pages, not even. But we're taking a little dive into where I am in the book right now. So it's not a sequenced reading. It's just kind of whatever I was reading at the time. Of The One and the Many, a Contemporary Thomistic Metaphysics by Norris Clark. Those of you who may be new to the channel may be wondering, wait, what? This guy was just chatting for like an hour about insane things. And now he's reading Thomistic Metaphysics. And yes, this was quite a 180, I think. But we're looking at the topic of essential or substantial change. And that is a much more stronger type of change than accidental change. So it's kind of a deeper level of change. Accidental change being the change of accidents in a substance. That seems a little bit obvious, but essentially what that means is you can have an accident of quality, so something can be heavier or lighter. For example, I can be heavier or lighter depending on how much I eat or how much I drink. And that would be a form of accidental change. My weight fluctuation would be a form of qualitative, not qualitative, but like a quantity accidental change. Because the substance, the underlying substance that is me, continues to exist through the change. However, a substantial change is when a thing changes from one thing into a wholly another thing, where its potentials and active powers have changed in such a way. So a great example of that is death, the change of living organic matter into, well, dead matter. Another one would be the change from hydrogen and oxygen to atoms, or to molecules, I should say, sorry. Well, yeah, atoms. That on their own are both highly flammable, but when joined together in a particular way, create something that actually douses fire. And that's a form of substantial change. Now we're looking at the argument for I guess, substantial change, and the book tied substantial change into and this lower, deeper level of change, higher order change, I suppose, into the Aristotelian form matter distinction. Now, this was actually a distinction that was made earlier in the book, and it kind of maps on somewhat to substance and accident. Very quickly, matter is essentially potential, and that's another distinction that Aristotle made, that between active and potential, or actual and potential. Oh god, I have to explain the entire Aristotelian metaphysical corpus to you guys all of a sudden. But essentially, matter is pure potential. It has no intelligibility. You can't say anything about it other than it could be something. It has the pure potential to be anything. Form is essentially the limiting factor in Aristotle's kind of metaphysics. Is the thing that allows us to understand, or for something to be intelligible at all. Now, matter can't exist without form, because there is a concept of pure matter, but it's sort of philosophically possible, but probably. Or wait, no. I think... I'm trying to remember exactly. I think pure matter, pure potentiality, couldn't exist, because for it to exist in some fashion, the existence of it would have to be actualized, and in that sense it wouldn't be purely purely potential. The vast majority of things that exist are a composite of form and matter, the form giving the intelligible structure to the potential of the matter, and limiting the ways that it can be active in certain respects. So anything that is actual must be actually existent. But for example, an acorn tree can actually grow and has the potential to grow and actually become an oak tree. But it doesn't have the ability to become a birch tree, for example. So the form of the acorn, you could say, sort of limits the acorn into a particular way that it can change and actualize. A different form on matter would allow for different potentialities. But that's a very basic and sort of not deep enough at all explanation of form and matter. I imagine most of you have checked out at this point and are thinking, what the fuck is Ruadh talking about? Is he insane? I imagine that's probably the case. But I'm hoping I'm being an enjoyable background ASMR experience. So now we're getting into an argument. So, step 1. What are the changing acts in an essential change? This step is easy and widely admitted. At the end of an essential change, a new essential mode of being is present that was not there before, i.e., a new being is present, no longer the older one there before. Therefore, the act at each end of such a change must be a principle of being that determines each being to be this essential mode of being rather than another. It must be the essential determining principle. So the thing that kind of determines what a thing is. In Aristotle, I can't remember exactly. Essentially, essence, if you consider it maybe that way. Although the essence existence is also another kind of distinction that Aristotle makes that we won't get into. I'm not too sure if that's an Aristotle one or maybe a Thomas Aquinas one. But Aristotle calls this the essential or substantial form, since form, as we have already seen in chapter 4 on form and matter, signifies the inner determining structure, the unifying intelligible law of a being, which makes it to be this kind of being and not the other. In essential form, we are dealing with the primary and most basic form in a thing. Essential change, therefore, is the transition from one essential form to another, in the same underlying potential subject. Step 2. What is the underlying potential subject that passes over from one pole to another? This is the most difficult part of the solution, since we cannot observe empirically what is going on under the change of forms or how it takes place, but only the actualities resulting. So we can only observe that something changes from one thing to another. We can't actually see at which point it truly changes, at which point the form, metaphysically, we can't. You might say, well, I can see, wood burning, but you're seeing the potential for wood to burn becoming actual. But you're not seeing the true change is essentially what he's arguing. You can believe that or not. So we must proceed by setting up alternative hypotheses and eliminating those that do not work. Thus, underlying potential subject, which has the possibility to receive both of the forms in succession. So it must be capable, whatever this underlying thing that is subsisting through this substantial change, must be capable of taking on both of those forms. Must be either 1. Another substantial form underlying the one that changed, or 2. Some non-formal or formless principle which lacks an essential form of its own, but has the potential to receive such a form and be determined by it, to become this kind of being. But alternative 1 is impossible, and I'm guessing it cannot be 1, because essentially that leads you back into an infinite regress, essentially, I suppose. If the underlying thing is just another form, then there must be a question of if that form changes, what underlies that, and you just keep going down. Reasons. It cannot be 1, another essential form. For if a being is truly one in essence or nature, this kind of being, and not different kinds at once, then it cannot possess more than one essential form at any one time. Okay, that's how he was going about it. Sorry, I miscalculated what his argument was going to be. A form of a thing is a unifying principle. So it is essentially one. It wouldn't have multiple forms in the same thing at the same time. Because to have a form, to have a particular form, is how we say that it is the thing that it is. If it has multiple forms, we'd be saying that it is 2 things at the same time, which is impossible. Two different kinds of things. So I'm just gonna keep reading, because if I explain further, I'd just be annoying. To have several distinct essential forms at once would destroy the intrinsic unity of the essence and make it several different essences or kinds of being at once, joined merely in an accidental unity or an aggregate or society, but not a being with an intrinsically unified essence or nature, that is, such as a human, a being, a dog, a rosebush, etc. It cannot be all at once and still be something. Conclusion. Since essential change is a change in essential forms, and since there can only be one essential form at one time in another essence, then the potential subject that passes over cannot be another form, another essential form. Therefore it must be two, some non-formal or formless principle, some real principle, but lacking its own essential form, i.e., lacking an autonomous, fully operating form of its own. What could be the positive property of such a principle if not a formal one? Precisely that which is opposite of form and quality, namely, quantitative extension in space. Aristotle first called this hyle, and the Romans matter or materia, as the opposite of form, as that which can receive different forms or shapes, that out of which various kinds of material objects can be formed, now one way, now another. The ultimate, non-formal, quantitatively extended stuff that underlies and supports all forms in our material world, which has no form of its own, but is open to, i.e., a potency for, all forms, this being called primary matter, or pure or radical potency. This is exactly the same principle we discovered in Chapter 4 as the correlative metaphysical co-principle of essential form, required to explain how the essential form can be multiplied in all the individual members of the same species, except that now it is playing a different role, almost the reverse of its previous one. In its previous role, it was not the matter which was different in each case. In the previous role, it was the matter which was different in each case, while the form remained the same in all the members of the species. In the in the present case, it is the matter which remains the same, and forms which replace one another during the essential change. Let me take a quick drink of water. Key point in the argument, the unicity of essential form. Note in the argument above that it is only because there can be only one essential form at any one time, in one real nature, that the principle of continuity through the change must be primary matter. St. Thomas insists on this unity of essential form. He preferred to call it substantial, to distinguish it from merely accidental forms. And I believe an accidental form would essentially be something like a house, for example. A house doesn't by nature exist. Human beings by nature do. The accidental forms, I think anyway, if I remember correctly, are often called artifacts. They're things that are created by, excuse me, often created by, substantial forms. I might be wrong on that one though, but that's the best that I can remember. This unity of essential form, in order to ensure the unity of real natures, since unity, as we've seen in Chapter 4, is an absolutely essential property of anything that truly is. Hence, this one essential form must reach down through all the layers and structures of the being in question, all the way down to primary matter, to take over all the operations proper to its nature, and make it this one kind of being, and not a layering of several different kinds of being at once, which would result in only an accidental unity for the whole. Ooh, rival Franciscan school, the plurality of substantial forms. Oh, we have a controversy. This turned into a hot controversy in the 13th century. The Franciscan masters, Saint Bonaventure, Duns Scotus. Ah, yes. I'm somewhat familiar with some of these arguments. not in some of the names and kind of the general uh, arguments, holding against St. Thomas that there was a distinct substantial form at work in every composite material being for each level of being in it. Example, there was a form of corporeity to make it this shape of body, a vegetative form or soul to give it vegetative life, an animal form of or soul to give it animal life, and an intellectual form or soul to endow it with the material life of intellect and will, and make it a human being. This is another kind of point. So, when it talks about vegetative life, it means the type of life that plants and such live, which is essentially just taking in nutrients, excreting waste if it has any, growth and death and what have you. Animal life then would incorporate much more locomotion, the ability to move oneself, to react much stronger, essentially, like animals. And then intellectual life is the form of life that humans have, which is the ability to think, to form connections, to come up with thoughts. When you put two kind of premises together, we can create new knowledge. The most basic one tends to be men are mortal. Socrates is a man, therefore men are mortal. That's kind of the basic idea of intellect. Note that if one accepts this doctrine, substantial change is easily explained in most cases simply by the replacement of one or more of the top layers of substantial form in a being. What passes over is one or more of the lower substantial forms already there, without the need of reaching all the way to primary matter as a principle of continuity. This doctrine did not come from Aristotle, but was a legacy from the influential Arabian Neoplatonist Avicebron. I'm going to look up how to pronounce that name very quickly, because I probably did not pronounce it correctly. I don't imagine it's pronounced that way in Italian. Avicebron. If I type in maybe philosopher. Solomon ibn Gabirol is alias Avicebron. We'll go with that, I suppose. Around the 11th century, with his theory that each individual being was made up of a layering of forms participating in the whole hierarchy of Platonic forms, from the lowest specific form to the highest, most universal generic forms like being, all of which were the really real for Plato. St. Thomas's objection was that if all of these were actually existing in operative forms, essential forms, then the being possessing them would be many different kinds of being at once, and not truly one nature. It would not be a human being all through, but an intellectual soul on top of an animal soul, on top of a vegetative soul, on top of a corporeal form, at once a man, an animal, a plant, and an inanimate body. This would destroy the intrinsic unity of such a being. Although the controversy remained a hot one for a long time, in the end each side stuck to its own terminology. In practice, each side moved closer to the other by various compromises. The plurality school conceded that lower forms were in some way subordinated to the higher dominant form, whereas St. Thomas and the unicity school conceded that in a complex being the lower elements were not entirely wiped out, right down to pure primary matter, but maintained a certain virtual presence and corresponding activity under the control of one dominant form. And once the central form disappeared, the lower elements could then reappear as fully autonomous, essential forms on their own. But while under the power of the one reigning from these lower elements, under the power of the one reigning form, these lower elements had lost their full autonomy of action, and hence of existence, and therefore should not be called essential forms in the strict technical sense of the terms. since the proper definition of essential form has always been, quote, that in a being which makes it this kind of being, i.e., possessing this unified essence or nature. I remember I read a Metaphysics by Aristotle, and the translator literally translated the term that Aristotle uses for essence as all of these have what are they called, hyphens between them, but the what it is to be that thing. So you'd be reading a book, and every couple of lines there'd be the what it is to be this thing or be that thing. It was sometimes quite funny. I ended up like learning or just becoming a little bit familiar with the actual terms of the Greek. I kind of forgotten them now though, since I'm not looking at them regularly. All things considered, I think St. Thomas's is a stronger position, coping better with all the elements of the problem and holding on more firmly to unity as an absolutely primary attribute of all being, even though the plurality doctrine seems at first glance to be more easily reconcilable with the natural sciences, which insist on the continued presence of the lower elements and higher level compounds. It should also be noted that even the scientific evidence now gives increasing support to St. Thomas's unicity theory by revealing how the lower elements inside a higher complex being do not act just the way they do outside such a being on their own. For example, the electron inside an atom is not localized in a definite position here or there, orbiting the nucleus, but is smeared all over it at once as a pulsing energy wave, and only when we do an experiment on it does the wave pocket collapse, and the electron appear outside as a particle of determinate size, location, etc. So too, when atoms combine into molecules, they open up and share one or more electrons with each other, so that there is a new energy flow between them, yielding new properties. So too, cells within a higher organism develop in a quite different way under orders from the central form, blocking out certain potentialities and actualizing others. A deeper inquiry into the status and nature of primary matter. Primary matter is the most difficult and mysterious part of Aquinas' metaphysical doctrine of form and matter for scientists and other philosophers to understand, who are not used to his kind of depth analysis. Since it can never exist without some form, it can never be directly discovered by any scientific measurement or experiment, which can only contact actualities, never potentialities, and can in principle never isolate metaphysical co-principles from their complementary partners. So that's kind of, I think I might just quickly, correlative metaphysical co-principles are essentially principles that are related to each other, but are distinct, and they are never found except in one particular situation, typically by way of argumentation back to God, essentially. Separated from each other, and typically it's the whichever one is kind of the dominating force. So in form, pure form; in actuality and potentiality, it would be pure actuality; in essence and existence, it would be God's essence is his existence, and all these various things. Where in the case, it still holds, but it holds in a very unique way, which you would expect of some type of being like that. Excuse me. But essentially they are distinct things, and there is a philosophical kind of theory, an argument about what makes a thing distinct. And typically it's the separability of the thing. That a thing is distinct if it can be separated in some way. This type of philosophical idea of correlative principles kind of goes against that. Earlier in the book, it did raise an argument against that, but I can't really argue as well as the book does. You've got to head to bed. It's getting late. No worries, Lancelot. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for showing up. I hope you enjoyed what was the start of this wacky stream. There's only about maybe 2 pages left. Oh no, about 3 pages actually. But Thank you for joining. I'll do the push-ups, I promise. I'll do them, but I'm going to keep reading now. But I'll do them either after stream or at the end of stream. Hopefully I remember. I should do, because the chat isn't moving nearly as fast. So I can spot it. But I'm nice and cozy now. So I do promise, though. I do promise. Considering my model, I need to get up my chest muscles anyway. My new model. I've completely lose faith in your favorite streamer if you don't. Don't worry. I promise I will. Gotta untwinkify yourself, I suppose. Good night. Have sweet dreams. Where were we? I am. And can in principle never isolate metaphysical co-principles from their complementary partners. These can only be argued to philosophically as necessary to save the intelligibility of the data. Most later philosophers outside the Thomistic school shifted to the more heavier-handed, I just explained this, separability criterion for any real distinction, and thus gave up the delicate metaphysical tool of analysis that is the Thomistic metaphysical composition of really distinct, i.e. irreducible, but inseparable co-principles. They tended to turn matter into a kind of thing on its own, with its own actual existence, not just married to some form, and hence in principle discoverable by scientific analysis through quantitative measurement. Since that turned out to be impossible, the whole doctrine of matter without form as that which passed over in a substantial form change was rejected in favor of a radically atomic theory of matter, in which what passed over was the actuality of the atoms themselves, which had been there all the time as atoms. Thus all the higher natures of material beings were wiped out in a radical reductionism, so as to become nothing but aggregates of the lower elements, atoms or whatever. So a much more refined theory of say atomism that we did see come up in Greece. Where were we? It would seem that the only way to hold on to the intrinsic unity of higher levels of material natures that can change into each other, as in the case in our world, is the positive principle underlying essential form that is radically potential to be taken over by one's higher central form, and then can lose this form and take on another. Choice. Either radical reductionism, wiping out all natures but the lowest, or else the form-matter doctrine expounded above. These seem to be the only realistic alternatives. The first, too high a price to pay. However, it is very important not to import extra images into the meaning of this principle of matter, but to restrict this to just what is needed by its function in solving the problem of essential change, and no more. Thus all that is needed to satisfy the job description of this principle is that it be that which lacks any fully autonomous operating essential form of its own, but is essentially plastic, determinable. Using the word essentially there was wrong. Sometimes I add words as I'm reading, but that was the wrong choice. Plastic, determinable, potential to be taken over not just accidentally, but deep in its very nature, to become an intrinsic part of a higher being. This intrinsic plasticity, or potentiality as the essential or substantial, not merely accidental level, can be verified either by pure, naked primary matter, so to speak, or equally by the whole complexus of matter as containing intermediary levels of lower elements in their virtual or submerged state, under the power of the central form, and potential to be taken over by it or some other essential form in an essential change. I'm not fully following, I'll admit. Some of the later part of that. One might say, therefore, that the matter here is the very lower elements themselves, whatever they are, precisely in their dimension of deep potentiality to be taken over by a higher form. In a word, anything less than a fully actualized essential form, autonomous in both its existence and operation. Deep down under all lower elements, however, must lie the ultimate primary matter. First, in order to provide the basic property of quantitative extension in space of all material things, and second, to be the principle of continuity when the lowest elements or particles change into each other, as seems to be the case. What more can be said about this ultimate primary matter? Aristotle, the medievals, and most others until recently, seemed to take for granted an image of this principle as a kind of static, inert, spread out stuff that had to be energized by form. Contemporary physics, however, since Einstein's brilliant discovery of the convertibility of matter and energy being equal to mass times the speed of light squared, now suggests that it might be closer to the mark to conceive the ultimate material dimension of the universe as of itself formless material energy, with a built-in tendency to expand into quantitatively extended space. It is a kind of raw energy, which of itself has no form but must always be structured by some form, though it can pass rapidly from one to another, and can never be discovered save as it reveals itself through some form, manifested by some definite properties. The total amount of this energy is fixed, constant in the universe. That's the law of conservation of energy. But it can take on a limitless, or at least indefinitely open-ended, number of particular forms. Thus, physicists can describe the whole physical universe and operations as transformations of energy. Note the two linked but irreducible factors. The forms are forms of something distinct, which is transformed by successive forms. Radical, spatially extensive energy fits just as well, if not better, all the requirements of the thomistic primary matter as the ultimate non-formal principle of continuity underlying all forms, a potency at the deepest level to be taken over successively by all forms of material things but identical to none. What is essential to the metaphysical notion of primary matter is a principle of formless, quantitatively extended potentiality, or aptitude to be taken over by successive forms. Whatever this stuff be inert, or formless energy, is not determined by the exigencies of the argument itself. Some note on terminology. The matter-form doctrine, or form matter, is frequently called from its Greek origin hylomorphism, or hylomorphism. Hyl being the word for matter, morpha being the word for form, so hylomorphism. Let us look back now to reflect on how the whole material cosmos, which is our present home and the theatre of all our experiences in this life, is governed by this fundamental law of form-matter composition, as a necessary inner structure, after the still more fundamental one of essence and existence, of all the beings we meet with in our experience. This composition within the essence of all the beings of our world is what makes possible two of the most fundamental features that characterize our world. 1. The multiplication through matter of the same essential form in many different members of the species, thus allowing societies of equals among human beings, which is not possible in a world of pure spirits, such as angels. And I think this is kind of getting into the more theological side, which essentially argues that all spirits, I believe, or angels, what have you, are all distinct forms of themselves. There's no spirit of this that has two of the same type. And 2, the involvement of this entire world in a vast process of never-ending change from one essential form to another, i.e., transformations of energy, which allows an immense proliferation of novelty and new kinds of essential forms, and an overall movement of evolution in a general direction, upward. Slow, groping, tentative, yes, but still mysteriously upward in the long run. Thus our cosmos manifests the character of a vast, restless process, wherein the basic fund of formless material energy is captured now by this form here, now by that there, but never permanently by any, it seems. This underlying pool of energy slips out of control by its present form, under the pressure of surrounding community of active forms. So interaction, relations, essentially. To be taken over by another, which in turn will yield to another when its appropriate time is over. This is the one great theatre of life, or great theatre in which all our human experience, at least in this life, is played out. But now the inevitable philosophical and deeply human question arises for the reflective person. What is the ultimate meaning of this whole vast interconnected process? We have considerably further to go on our philosophical journey before this question can be answered adequately. That's answered in chapter 14 and 19. This is only chapter was that? I believe that was only chapter 9. So maybe we'll come back to this book someday, but that was the end of this chapter. I hope perhaps you guys enjoyed listening to that. The next chapter is chapter 10, the metaphysical structure of finite being, an interlocking synthesis. But I think I'll leave it here. And I might come back to this book. I'll see. We might start a proper book. This was kind of just my own personal reading to get me back into reading proper, kind of taking that time, because it can be hard to manage your time. You know, some days you're working and you're doing overtime, and then you're trying to stay healthy, and you want to stream too, or you want to talk with friends, meet up with them, even just chat with them online, or go do something a little bit different. So it can be really hard to fit everything in all at once. But we try, at least. We try. But yeah, I think I will. I was considering maybe playing a little game. We're gonna play a game. You guys are now all trapped. No. I'm joking. I think though I will send you guys off to. Wow, a game. Yeah. You're gonna play a game. You have 5 minutes to donate half of your bank account to Ruadh, or gas will fill the room. Very, very smelly gas. The type that will make you throw up. Gas will fill the room. I'm just stealing a Germa joke. That's all this is. That's one of my favorite Germa jokes of all time, though. I have to say, I love that joke. I'm going to. Oh wait, I forgot. I do have to do a quick series of push-ups. So give me a moment. Let me quickly go. I have an idea of who I might send you guys off to. So let me do the push-ups first. Ugh. Oh, it's so warm in my room. Maybe that's because I'm doing push-ups. Okay. I'm good with that. Thank you for the stretch redeem. D. I almost said Haru. I hope I can catch you soon, actually, on a stream, D. One of your own. Thank you for the stretch. I'm probably gonna go have some cup of tea, but I'm gonna send you guys over to someone who's really, really cool, and I really enjoy watching their streams often, and that is Haru. So, Haru Mizuki. Now uh, Haru is a heckhound or a hellhound, the cutest, the sweetest little heckhound around. Recently got a new model and it's adorable. So do make sure to tell them they're cool. But thank you for joining Dreams. Your streams are a little early, but I managed to catch them when I'm working, so I might be asleep. But I'll try and catch them still. But how do I do this again? There we go. Start read. So this was a fun stream, and I kind of got to chill out too afterwards by reading a little bit of my book. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you everyone for joining and having a bit of fun with me. Just chatting streams are really fun actually. Just talking. They can be silly, but I'm really excited to look into a rigger to get my model rigged. So yeah, looking forward to. Hang on, I'm gonna give you guys a little thing. I'm gonna go Ruadh raid. Haru love. There we go. So that's what you guys can maybe post if you guys want. Oh my god, I know so many Harus, but I will see you guys later. Gareth Mila Magat and Slongafoil. See you.